Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ragnar-Ra channel, Ragnar-Ra Tarot. So I hope you're doing really well tonight, and I'm just going to jump right into your reading, see what's happening in the collective, in the energies tonight. Just shuffling. I have already shuffled the cards, but I do like to hand shuffle while I'm concentrating on what's coming out for you. Lovely people in the collective who are watching this now. Even if you're not watching now, don't forget that these tarot readings are timeless, which means that whenever you're watching this, it will be relevant to you. Whenever this reading pops up on your feed, it is relevant for you at the moment, this moment, because everything is really in this moment. And we have a 3 of Cups, first card out. As you can see, we have celebration is out here for you. So it looks like celebration is here. Someone, somebody, all of you could be celebrating something now or very soon. And let's just dig a bit deeper. Let's find out exactly what this reading is about, this wonderful celebration, what has been going on, what has been happening. Temperance. Temperance is a card when you're in balance, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, but more than that is you're moderating. You're moderating. You see how she's holding this sort of pole with what looks like cups on there. Cups. Sometimes it's scales. It doesn't matter. It could be air, like Libra, scales. You could be an air sign saying that. And also I'm thinking cups. It could be also that you're a water sign, or it's something to do with emotions. You are balancing your emotions, and that is, as I've put it here, off to the left. I think this is something that has started previously. So the balancing of your emotions is very important, or putting something into balance, being moderate, whatever that is. It could be some habit. Let's see. Let's get into this. We have a 7 of Cups. Now this is the dream card, what they call the dream card. Your hopes, your wishes, like wishing on a star. So here you are, and before this person's eyes, you can see there are many cups, and I think in this reading with celebration, what it means is there are many choices, or it could mean many gifts coming in for you, beautiful people. So let's carry on. Let's see what is going on. The young man has come out, but I don't usually read reversals. But this hangman is no longer hanging around. It's actually standing up, and it looks like he's standing now on what would have been the hanging pole, or whatever they were called in the oldie days. But yeah, look, actually it came in reversal. So you're no longer stuck hanging around waiting. This is a card of waiting, of patience. So moderation, patience. But you've shown you have patience. Gifts look like they're coming in and they're putting you back on your feet, is what I'm seeing here. You'll be back on your feet. Rather than waiting, it will be, well, you know, what we use our feet for. We can move. We can now start to move. He's not moving yet, but he's on his feet. So this is a really good reading. And we also have a Six of Swords here. And this Six of Swords, I will show you, is the card of moving out of. Swords are never good, really. Ace of Swords, yes, but most of the swords after the ace do get worse and worse. But when it gets to 6, we can see that there's something significant happening. There's no longer any struggle here. What we're seeing is that the querent, the person, is being moved gently, slowly, or fast. It doesn't have to be slow, but I'd say smoothly to a destination, a new destination, leaving the swords, leaving the pain, leaving whatever was sorrowful, whatever wasn't suiting you, wasn't bringing you joy in your life, whatever trial, tribulation that you have been through, you're now on your feet and you're starting to be moved, or will be moving in either physical or with the swords. It could be in your head. You have already moved away from that situation mentally. And we have also a beautiful card here, I would say echoing the celebration when you see these people on top. Sorry, just knocked the camera there. When you see these people on top of this wheel and they look so joyous again. And there is a figure on the right of the card. And it really does look like a divine being. Being so huge, and there's the sun out here. So I'm seeing some kind of divinity is smiling down on you now, on the work you've done, on whatever you have done, this moderation. Worked out how you leave something behind, some kind of struggle with this Six of Cups. But you've moderated something in your life, so you've not allowed it to control you. Whatever that was, you've been able to moderate your life in a certain way. Or you've basically, when you see this judgment, what it means is you've taken your life you've taken control. You've become a leader of your own self. Yeah, you are now guiding your life in the right direction. You're no longer being pulled by any other forces. You are now listening to your own true self, your intuitive self, and you know what you're doing, you know where to go, and you've started to moderate those whatever those things were causing you pain, are no longer a big issue for you. You're now on your feet and you're now moving in the right direction, and fortune, which I haven't talked about yet, ironically, but it is what it says. It is fortune, and it always depicts the querent on top of that wheel, and someone is falling off. Actually, on this deck, someone is heading for a fall. They're already on their side, and there's nowhere else to go but down. There's no way they're climbing back up on that wheel. So yeah, bear that in mind. If it's significant for you, take what resonates and leave the rest, right? But very fortunate reading, sorry. Just having a sip of coffee. I'm absolutely parched. I've been working so hard today. Anyway, yeah, so we have this Wheel of Fortune here for you. People on top celebrating, echoing the Three of Cups, the first card at the top there. This celebration. Just twice you're being shown celebration. So this is for sure. This is like what you call confirmation. Oh yeah, and there has been trouble. The trouble is shown here with the Five of Swords, the conflict. But this is usually shows 5 people at odds, conflict. Fighting, battling, vying for superiority. But it looks like 4 of those are gone. And the 5th one doesn't have a head. It's just a cutout now. So whatever conflict there was, it will be very soon, if it isn't already, out your life. 5 of Swords. Just one person standing, and they don't even have a head. I mean, take that as it resonates. I'm sure that's just metaphorically. So maybe they've lost their head in some way because they didn't, you know what I mean, like mentally, obviously, but maybe they just lost their head over the fact that they haven't won. They just haven't won they haven't won the fight. They thought they were going to win, and no. And whoever was fighting with them, the other 4, have just skedaddled. They've just gone. They're not even around. So, and the only person left has completely lost their head. And you're not there. And I don't think you were ever in the fight anyway. Right, this is a Page of Pentacles. Yep. This relates to a page, a very young energy, a new energy. Or young, it usually relates to either a young child or it relates to a very immature person. And I think with it being right next to this 5 of Swords, I think it represents an immature person that's just, I mean, look at this child. He's just like throwing the plates out the cupboard just for the fun of it. Yeah, so somebody making trouble just for the fun of it, just because they enjoy it. That's the kind of energy I'm getting here. But now they've lost their head because you've got the Wheel of Fortune. You're upright. You're no longer in a situation where you're going to be hanging around. Things are already moving forward. You are moving away from this conflict. And this little Page of Cups again. Who's trying to water flowers with a cup of water. Or water people, actually. Yeah, things like another very immature energy that thinks that it can kind of grow people or mold people in some way, because it's showing like people on here, and he's trying to water them with a few drops. So it reminds me of the Six of Pentacles energy, where you have someone that thinks they're in control and decides who should have something and who should have not. This also, it's like breadcrumbing. It's like breadcrumbing, isn't it? It's like a couple of drops of water to make you grow. So it's giving me the feeling of that's enough for you. Yeah, and then move on to someone else and give them a couple of drops. Do you see what I mean? It's real like breadcrumbing, a breadcrumbing, immature kind of person that just likes to cause trouble and breadcrumb people with, and because it's a cup, it's like breadcrumbing but with like love. So like a little bit to get you running back kind of energy. Do you get me? You get these people that you meet and they treat people in this way where they'll give you just enough to keep you running back. And then when you think that's great because it looks like things are changing, things are going in the right direction, then there won't be anything. And then when you think, oh no, what's going on? And you know, the trouble causes, they'll cause trouble. But this is the kind of energy it is. This is not a good person. It's not a good person. And with this Five of Swords as well. So take that as it resonates. But this is what I'm seeing here on these cards. But we have a King of Wands here. So somebody who has the power, the drive, the enthusiasm. And look, he's like got everything in his hands. Yet it's like, it is the Housewife's Tarot. This is why we're seeing like the iron and the mop. It's just a reflection of the Housewife's Tarot. But this King of Wands is a male energy here, and he has everything under control. He's got it all worked out, and he's doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things at once. So a real boss in control here. Male energy, but not necessarily a male, but male masculine energy. This is like, I would say, a real leader, a leadership, courageous, heroic type of person, because it's the Wands, a real, like, the Wands is like the Leo, the Sagittarius. There is another fire, the Aries kind of energy. So that could be your birth sign. Just putting energy out there. So, and then we have a card out here now. I hope you can see those cards okay. I did show you the Eight of Wands. Yeah, so someone was feeling trapped with this Eight of Swords. But I think with the other energies out here, the feeling trapped, you always knew really how to get away from this breadcrumber. And then we got another Page of Swords out again with his scissors here. And let's just see what else happened. But you're hermiting. You're not taking any notice of this child. You are hermiting. You are living it up, doing your thing, carrying on, going in the direction you want to be going in, and enjoying every minute of it. So, just going to put those to one side, and let's see what else we can get out here for this reading. It doesn't quite feel like we're done with this. So let's see exactly what else we need to know here. So if I can, maybe gonna use the Deviant Moon Tarot. Let's have a look at this energy, this naive, not naive, this immature, childlike. I think it's masculine. It's masculine for some of you because we have got this in masculine child 3 times here with the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So yeah, these are the attributes that they, so mentally immature, and then with the Cups, emotionally immature as well, and with the Pentacles, they just like to cause trouble in life. Pentacles is like what manifests in the world, so they are like, yeah, they're just like a bad lot. They're not good people. It could be female. It doesn't have to be a male. It could be a female with a male energy as well. We are talking energies in the cards. They do show masculine, feminine energies, but it doesn't mean it has to be a masculine. I did think with the 3 male energies, but that's just the tarot. So take it as it resonates. It could be male, it could be female. I'm doing the Deviant Moon because I want to know more about this masculine. So yeah, it looked like there's someone falling down from this wheel, falling, I would say, let me think. Yeah, falling from their pinnacle, wherever they put themselves up as someone in charge. So falling from a height, falling from their throne, their high place they thought they were at. In reality, they wasn't at all. So if we can see any more on this, what is happening with this, see if the tarot will tell us more about this, what is happening with this. Justice is coming through here. This is why justice is definitely coming through, and she's got her swords out here, and she's definitely going to chop these fish. Definitely going to chop these fish. There's going to be no fish. So yeah, justice, karma, if you like, you can call it. And what else do we need to know about this energy? When will this be coming in? Maybe we can see when this is going to be. The Fool. You have the Fool here. Yep, they were very foolish to mess with you. Very foolish to mess. And let's see what else we have here. Oh, you have the Sun. You have the Sun. Judgment. Judgment here is the card. There is judgment. There is a calling. You have a calling. You are being called forward into this beautiful sun, to dance in this beautiful sun here. And it's coming right above, right under this fortune. So yeah, you've done the work. You've tempered whatever it was this trickster, this fool was doing. You have you worked it out. You got yourself together. You moderated whatever was going on for you. Whatever that was that needed adjusting, you did it. You walked away. You were in a kind of holding pattern, waiting around. The universe was waiting for this moderation, for you to come to your senses, for you to realize, for you to leave this energy behind, for you to turn away onto your new path here. And this is what you've done. You've done everything right. And you've completely flipped everything for this person, this energy, whatever it is. You worked really hard, really hard, really hard with this. This wasn't easy. This wasn't easy at all, but you worked it. And this is very much like my last reading. So if you'd like to just visit that, this is almost exactly the same, but I would say this is like a follow-on from the last reading. Although the opportunities and the gifts were coming in fast for you, now we can see that this movement, there has been a movement within it where you've completely modified your life. You've just got yourself together. You're completely reversed here, back on your feet, ready to go forward. Work so hard. You can start enjoying the sun. You've got the sun here. Yeah, look, it was being so very, very unhappy with this person. And I'm going to put it next to, I usually put them on top of each, but I'm going to just place them here at the bottom. It has been a lot of tears, It's not been good. It's been swords. So as we see with this 5, lots of challenges, lots of competition with this person. They're just very immature and want to compete. There's something kind of not quite there with them. But serendipity, which is the card of fate, in a way. Fate. So it was in your fate to go through this. This is very similar to the last reading. This was a journey for you which had to be resolved. You couldn't skip this. You couldn't go round it. You had to go through this journey. And you did it. You and just keep doing. Which is very important, I want to say. Now, seeking, because you're seeking. You're a seeker, truth seeker. Maybe it's truth seeker. And these people just weren't doing it for you. They just didn't cut the cloth. I don't know why I want to say that, but they just wasn't. You would have cut above as well. I want to say that. So yeah, you're this King of Wands, storyteller, the heart. You follow your heart. You trust your heart. You're very wise. You've gained wisdom because you trust your own heart. You follow your heart. You could be a speaker with storyteller out here. You could be moving towards a life where you're going to be in public, because we have the storyteller out here. So something you might be sharing with others. Yeah, you have the confidence. You've gained confidence. And finally, if we could get another cards on this, 1 or 2. It was a very important journey for you. It really was, with the judgment, with the wheel of fortune, with the justice as well, very important, and with the sun. So many major arcana out here, really, which always, and the hangman, which always shows us that this was an important journey for you. And the hermit as well. I mean, wow, how many like major arcanas are out here. This was a major stepping stone in your life. This was part of your life journey and something you had to take on. It was rough, it was hard, it was long, it was arduous, it was painful. It was heartbreaking, but you had to do it. It was something you needed and had to do for you, for your self-confidence, for your growth, for you to see, to do work on yourself, to heal yourself, to heal whatever wasn't in balance there. It was necessary for you to put that into balance. And so whoever they were coming into your life, they were there in a kind of, could have even been an extreme kind of level. Like instead of being like here, they were more like up here in like their extremism, and really got you into this very hurtful, painful situation. And it was part of your life journey, something you needed to do. It was there to balance you out so you could see it for what it was. And once you learned to see it for what it was, you could start putting yourself on your own feet and start trusting you, listening to your own heart, and not following what other people said, what other people did, how other people upset you, how other people tried to compete with you, how other people tried to bring you down. You started to see through that, and that was so necessary for the next stage now in your life, that you were to see through this, to see through people. And I think that is something that you're gifted at doing. Yeah, work. It was work. It was work. It was necessary work. So that's the reading. And what I'm going to do before I finally finish this is I'm just going to get another card, and I'm going to use the Starseed Oracle, because it's a beautiful oracle deck, and I will read it to you just to finish, because I think it's important that you hear something that your guides, ancestors, maybe even your God, whomever your God is to you, or gods, if you follow the old gods like me, and all those that really, really love you, and what it is that you need to know at this moment right now about your journey. Maybe just something you need to hear. Let's see what this is coming out here. The 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. I think now that, I will show you actually. And here it is. And it's the 7 star sisters. And I'm going to read it to you, because it's a beautiful card. and it's actually page 100. And if you break that down numerically, it is number 1, and I think it's about you. This is like, I mean, yeah, the whole reading's been about you, but when you look at number 1, it's like looking after is the message I'm getting here. It's like looking after you, your self-care, your self-love, healing you, filling yourself up with everything you need. The 7 cups, and they're being brought to you here. The 7 cups, filling you up, which is like symbolic of being filled inside, inwardly, as well as outwardly, which is something I don't think you've done enough of in your life. I think you've been giving, because why would you be so low? Why would you be so, again, low here and off balance? It's over giving, over love, not over, there's nothing wrong with loving, but you've got to love on yourself first, right? So here we have it. There are new creations that want to be born. Beauty is yearning to be woven. New consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you are being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in the new era of consciousness and do your bit in weaving the web of life. This is the card of the artist, the midwife. This because the midwife is part of birthing, right? So you're being asked, this is like your creation, your artist, to create for yourself. You have this power of creation within you to birth out what you need to express. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. This is temperance, flow. This is what you've already found. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation, of creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stop seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. We're images of God, right? The great creator. Perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business, new book, or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty into your home or into the way you cook. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity. This is this 8 of Cups. This is this sun, this energy, this King of Wands, like master creator, master sort of leadership role, like taking the reins for yourself, right? As I was saying before, taking your life into your own hands. So you're being called to express yourself through your creativity, to surrender to the creative projects that both scare and excite you. Find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life, for where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present, and the world needs these qualities more now than ever before. And I'll leave you with that thought. And I hope you have a really beautiful evening, a beautiful day, and I wish you the very, very best. Take care, my lovelies, and remember, I love you. Bye.